All right, let's pick up with question 15, compound interest. Use the compound interest formula to compute the total amount accumulated. All right, so it's a formula, and half the battle on this test is grabbing the right formula. The formula for compound interest is A equals P times 1 plus R over N, all to the NT power. The part of this formula people tend to forget is the N. The N represents the number of times per year interest is compounded. Because I don't have a whole lot of space here, I'm just going to try to write down the formula with the values inserted and then use the calculator. All right, number 15, we're looking for the total amount accumulated, aka the future value, which is just A in the formula. We're investing $1,000 for 5 years at 3% compounded quarterly. For quarterly, remember that quarterly means N equals 4. Our future value will be A equals the principal 1,000 times 1 plus the interest rate, 0.03, divided by 4 since quarterly. And then that's going to be raised to the 4 times 5 power, since quarterly is 4, and then T is 5. Let's type that in the calculator. Calculator, please. Thank you. 1,000 times open parentheses 1 plus 0.03 divided by 4, close parentheses, exponent, open parentheses, 4 times 5. And to the nearest cent, we get $1,161.18. $1,161.18. The answer is C. Do the same thing for number 16. The future value, the amount accumulated is the principal, 600, times 1 plus the interest rate, 0.055, divided by N. It says daily, use N equals 360, so we will. Close parentheses, exponent, N, which is 360, times T, which is 14 years. And let's put this in a calculator. 600 times open parentheses 1 plus 0.055 divided by 360, close parentheses, exponent, open parentheses, 360 times 14, close parentheses, equals, to the nearest cent, $1,295.78. $1,295.78, so it's C. And the same thing for number 17. Our accumulated value or future value or total amount, however you want to say it, is the principal, $5,500, times open parentheses 1 plus the interest rate, 0.045, divided by the N, monthly is N equals 12, close parentheses, exponent, open parentheses, 12 times T, which is 5 years. All that goes into a calculator. 5,500 times open parentheses 1 plus 0.045 divided by 12, close parentheses, exponent, open parentheses, 12 times 5, close parentheses, equals, to the nearest dollar, $6,884.87, which is D. All right, so those weren't too bad. They were just direct applications of that formula right here, which I'm about to put in the yellow box. Just remember, when it says compound interest, this is the only formula that you really need to use. All right, unless it says present value and it's compound interest. Now, I will admit that number 15 is a little tricky. Number 18, excuse me, because we're looking for present value, but it's not an annuity. You can tell it's not an annuity because nowhere in the problem does it say annuity, as opposed to question, I know there's one here somewhere, as opposed to question 24 that says annuity. One second, folks, I got some dogs I need to let out. All right, so as I was saying, be careful when you see present value. It's not always the annuity formula. It has to have the word annuity in it or have regular periodic payments. This is a compound interest formula, as you can tell by the word compounded. There is a formula for present value. It's for the compound interest. It's one that I haven't talked about a whole lot, but it's pretty much the one you see in the yellow box, except it says P equals, and all of this is underneath the A. I'll write the formula here in a moment. All right, so the formula for present value for compound interest is present value is equal to the future value A divided by 1 plus R over N to the NT power. You could also write it as A times 1 plus R over N to the negative NT power, but I prefer the one with the fraction and not the negative. Okay, so let's do number 18. Our future value, well, we're looking for the present value. In other words, the principal. It will be the future value, $20,800 is what we want. We want to accumulate that, divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus R. Our interest rate is 5%, so 0.05, divided by N. It says compounded annually, so N equals 1. Exponent, open parentheses, 1 times. The number of years is 15. Let's put this in a calculator. 20,800 divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 1, close parentheses, exponent, open parentheses, 1 times 15, close parentheses, equals. And it looks like our present value that we need to start with is $10,005.16, which is answer choice A. And use present value, so 19 is pretty much the same. Present value is going to be the future value. We want to have $15,000 in 9 years. So 15,000 divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus the interest rate, 0.012, divided by N, since it's compounded monthly, that's 12. Exponent, open parentheses, 12 times the number of years, which is 9, close parentheses. Let's put this in the calculator. 15,000 divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus 0. I messed up the problem. Hold on. It's clear. Start it over. 15,000 divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus 0.012 divided by 12, close parentheses, exponent, open parentheses, 12 times 9, close parentheses, equals $13,465.14, which is answer choice B. And let's go ahead and do the effective annual yield problems, because then we're going to transition to an APR table. All right, determine the effective annual yield. All right, the formula for effective annual yield or effective interest rate is, open parentheses, 1 plus R over N, close parentheses, to the nth power, minus, that's an N up there, minus 1. For number 20, the effective annual interest for $1 invested for, okay. This is kind of silly, as it is here, because the whole thing about effective annual yield or effective interest rate is that you're pretending the principal is $1 and the time is 1 year. All you need is the R and the N. So 3% compounded monthly, the N is 12, 3% compounded monthly, the N is also 12. For this question, number 20, it would be 1 plus 0.03 divided by 12, close parentheses, to the 12th power minus 1. And in fact, it'd be the exact same thing for number 21, because the rate and the time, the N is the same for both. So we'll get the same answer for both. Parentheses, 1 plus 0.03 divided by 12, close parentheses, exponent, 12 minus 1 equals 0.0304. As a percent, we can multiply it by 100 and get 3.04%. So the answer is the same for both of them. It's C on this question and A on that question. All right, we're going to end this video, and then we'll start another one picking up with the next question.